Ivona, welcome to the show here. I would like to ask a few questions and get your testimonial because you've been doing so well. You've been with me for about 3 weeks now, and I'm already stunned of what you've been able to, not only the way you changed, but the way that you react into the program. You came with me, I remember on the phone call telling me I tried so many things, nothing works. And this idea of things not working, to you to change. So first and foremost, welcome. And I wanted to ask you what made you start a program? Because you came with me telling me that you didn't like the way your body looked. Share with me a little bit how your body or the way that you look, that it was making you feel and preventing you from living your life the way you wanted to live your life.
Well, I had some hard times in my past because of personal situation, and I was eating a lot of different things, and I was emotional eater actually for a while, and then I started gaining weight around my waist, and I thought this has to stop, but starting by myself is very difficult, and it's always like the one person gives you what you should eat, the other person gives you how you should train, but never they give you a whole package. So that's why I found this interesting, because it's like I never got everything in one, and that's why it was very interesting for me.
Excellent. So you mentioned about we're gonna dive deep in what the program offers and everything, why it's working for you. But before we do that, you mentioned that everything you were storing, like many women, they're storing around the midsection. Even though you know exactly why you were doing that. What was the idea behind that? Meaning, I'm sure you tried several things, and you hear everything. You hear, okay, if you have cellulitis, you need to do this specific training. If you have midsection belly fat, then you need these supplements, you need this and you need that. How many times have you got lied from the fitness industry, or how many things you tried and you failed with, and why did you feel like this was different? It was an online program. You probably ask yourself, is it gonna work? Why is it gonna work for me? Why, how many things have you tried, and why did you feel like this was different for you?
Well, I tried one time training with a personal trainer. I was with him for 5 months. I train 2 to 3 times a week, and a lot with very heavy weights. And actually, on the end, I got I thought one time I lift too heavy, so I started having back pain. So I said, okay, this is it. I'm done. I'm done with it, because I didn't see so many results. It was maybe 1% of fat and muscle change in my body, and I didn't lose really weight, not even a kilo. The other thing is I went to I forgot how it's called, but it was a woman that told me what I should eat and what I should not eat, and what is more healthy food.
Dietecian.
I should not eat dairy. I should not eat cheese, and all these things. And I tried it for a while. I tried it for 6 months, and I got the result. But then you cannot go back, because in the moment I went back to a little bit normal, introducing to my body a little bit of that food again, I started gaining again. So I never believed really in diets. I thought I would eat healthy, but then at one moment I thought I cannot not eat ever cheese, or yogurt or something what she was telling me. So I decided I need something that it's sustainable. You have to do it for a long term, and I want to learn how to eat smart and healthy, but not gain weight. And I want to just lose the weight around my midsection and just stay like that for the rest of my life. And because I'm getting older, I don't want to gain weight when I get older. I don't want to be like some women who gain weight and not happy with their body. And it's not like I'm very big, but I just wanted to change now, because when you're younger, it's always easier than when you're older, and your habits, you cannot change so easily. I talked with some women that are older than me, and I said, like, you should eat more healthy, you should don't eat like that, but they just doesn't get it. It's like, yeah, then I'm hungry. So, but so that's why I decided to try this program, because it was interesting for me, like how I can eat everything I want and lose weight and lose my fat around my belly. So that's why it was very interesting for me.
Yeah, because
And
at the end is science. I mean, like how do you feel now that you say, like, it's really about, not that before you were doing something wrong, it's just the concept of the thing. It's like the context, right? I mean, like, as long as you understand how the body works, the body thinks in weeks, not in days, you become aware about the food, then you don't need to restrict anything. And how good is going to do restricting things if you cannot sustain it later on anyway? Like, the goal is not to lose 2 kilos now and to get back 3, is to actually lose slowly and maintain it. So, and I told
exactly.
you're going to lose much faster than you think. So
and then I also learn a lot about food, and I didn't know that the body don't think in days. I was always thinking, I was always balancing a little bit. That's why I never gained so much weight, because I was like, if I eat pizza, then I eat after that salad, so it's not like so bad maybe.
Oh yeah.
But like, I learn a lot of things. I'm learning a lot of things now.
Amazing. And so, yeah, as you saw, the program works like that. It's like, and this is kind of like something I want to talk about, because people don't understand. People always like want to go out and learn more. Like, they fail, then they learn something. Like, I say, okay, something I haven't learned yet, I'm going to try this. Okay, it doesn't work, I'm going to try this. In this program, I think now it's clear that, there is, especially if you're a newbie, like, there is like a learning phase. And then there is an application of what you're learning, which is already hard because you need to apply all the information. That's why we were working together before. And then there is an optimization phase. I mean, I think this is kind of like the concept of the cycle of the program. And it's like, you learn first, you apply, you optimize, you learn, and it's always like that. And this is why we found that this is probably the best way. And I wanted you to like, I think you already talked about it a little bit. Can you share few things that you say, okay, this is very different, for example, than a trainer and a dietitian? Because, like, when you say it's different than a trainer, everybody thinks, oh, I need something like a real person with me, right? Or I need somebody to tell me exactly how to eat, right? So we doing that online. I'm not, like, this is the first time I actually meeting you on Zoom, and like you're somewhere and I'm somewhere else. And what is your outcome? What is your not outcome, but it's like, what is your perception on something online working so well? Because most people would say, no, this is, I don't get it, I need somebody me. Like, how do you keep yourself motivated? Because it's always about you being motivated to work out, because I'm not there kicking your butt, oh, you need to work out, you do it because I'm telling you to do it.
Well, I was very skeptic in the beginning, but like, in the beginning you start with videos, so you learn a little bit about nutrition, and then what it helps me is this app that it's like there what I have exactly to do, like exercises, and I have to follow. And I know, I mean, like, it's gonna be no point if I don't do it, because then nothing's gonna change. It motivates me because I want to do this, and it's very hard for people to start. So for a lot of people, it's very hard in the beginning, but they really have to want it. It's like, if you're not in a moment of your life that you really want this, then probably you're not gonna succeed.
Right.
But it's very easy when you have a app on your phone and says, okay, today you have to do the exercise and you have to eat 3 times vegetables and you have to eat so much protein, and it helps you a lot because the trainer is not with you all the time.
Right.
A person that gives you the food advice is not with you all the time. So they don't see what you eat. They don't tell you exactly every second what you should eat. They don't give you advice. Like I can ask you sometimes like, okay, this is happening and what should I do, or what should I eat now, or instead of that. And the explanation what you give me, it's like I can understand. And now I understand that, for example, the protein what I should eat in a day, I was not eating in days like before. And I see that my body reacts like so good if I eat more protein.
Absolutely.
So I guess I was missing the protein and also the vegetables. I thought I ate enough vegetables, but in reality it's like I didn't, because if I have to make a salad with 2 cups of green vegetables, then it's like, whoa, it's a lot of salad. And I never have so much salad, because if you don't know that you have to eat so much green vegetables, then you put in your salad a lot of other things, and then those other things can make the calorie of the salad a lot more. So yeah, it's like I'm learning a lot of things. So I'm very happy.
Yeah. And to answer that, maybe somebody watching, like this does an answer I wanted to give you. Like, it's easy to understand why. It's like when you get just more vegetable and more protein, first and foremost, like you decrease in calorie and you filling up your plate and you're gonna be full for longer. So this mechanically doesn't allow you to eat more. Also protein, I don't know if you in the video you learned it already, it has a higher thermogenic effect of food. That every time that you there are the 3 components, 3 macros like carbs, fat, and protein. Each of these macro requires energy to be processed, right? And the protein has 30% of that. The other one has 3 or 4%. So if you hit protein by chance, like you're gonna elevate your metabolism regardless. So see.
Yeah, it was like really. It's like the first week, because I was eating a lot of protein. I was almost getting to 120 now. I'm eating a little bit less because sometimes I cannot eat so much. But now I started with protein shakes. So that will help me to get my protein in a day. But yeah, it was like I was feeling like so full. And yeah, it was amazing. It was like the way I felt, it was like a lot better.
Amazing, amazing. So this is the part of the testimonial that it gets a little bit more tough, because like you told me yourself, and I wanted you to touch on that, because I know that this is gonna reflect on people, like for sure, because like it's not about everybody look for the technique, but realistically why you're succeeding right now, Ivona, is because you want it. And you told me this is a time of my life, you have to, like you said it better than me. It's like you need to be on a time of your life that you are intrinsically motivated to succeed, because I can motivate you, but like you're the one that is gonna work hard. And I remember, on the call when you told me, like you said, going forward, I want to be healthier for my future and everything. But you also told me, I want to, despite that you're a beautiful woman, like you said, guys look for specific things, and my body has to be like I want to be. And so what is the main motivator for you to be looking in a certain way? Because you told me, I know that I'm good, but I also want to feel confident in my skin. You told me one time something like, I'm watching other girls and they are in a certain way, and I felt that I couldn't be like them. Like, what was the main motivator to say, now it's time for me to do it, because I cannot wait for no longer? Because this is specifically why you're succeeding right now.
Yeah, I think it's because, first of all, I'll tell you something very important for me. It was at one moment I was like feeling too big for my clothes, because everything was too tight, and I wanted to feel comfortable when I'm around people. I didn't feel like always sitting and, oh, my jeans are too tight and I have like pain. Because you also go outside and you see other people like feeling comfortable in their clothes, and me was always like, yeah, and after you eat you get bloated or you feel full, and it's like, oh, I can, like, you don't have the energy, you don't have, like, you don't feel so good. And also, like, of course everybody want to look good, and everybody look the other people that how they look, and people that are more skinnier or whatever. And of course I want to have like nice body, and for sure, I mean, like, everybody will look at me if I'm like don't have a belly or my jeans are too tight, so you can see that. So I just wasn't comfortable with that.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and this is going to reflect in many people, because despite it could be, you know, we have different people applying. Some of them, they say, for example, I'm single, you know, I don't feel good in my skin. Another one says, you know, I'm married, and I don't see my husband looking the same way me anymore, you know. So you kind of question yourself, is it for my body? Then you have the lady that is like career lady, and it says, you know, despite I'm successful, I cannot feel good in my clothes, and like I don't get taken seriously when I talk, right? So I feel like whatever the person watching and watches this and says, you know, you need to be, like you said, in a specific time of your life to be ready to change, to understand that the pain you're in right now, this looking at the mirror and say, no, I no longer accept when I see I want something different because I know it's possible, right? It's enough for you to move and say, I'm going to do the work, whatever the work is. How would you say, and now I'm saying because you are motivated, how would you motivate somebody that is kind of in the fence like that? Somebody that says, I really want to change. We give them the tool, and not only with this video, they see a lot of other video from us that we have the tools, but also, of course, the work you need to do it yourself. How do you motivate somebody to, or what would you say to them and say, you know, this is the right thing to do. It's just that you need to put your part to. How do you motivate somebody on that sense, if you
How
can?
do you motivate? You look at the mirror, you see how it works, and you feel light, and you feel more, you feel like nicer when you look at the mirror, and you see like you have no belly, and yeah, it feels good. It feels good. It's just the feeling. Despite everybody else, you have to do it first for yourself. You have to forget in the beginning about everybody, but when you see results, the feeling when you get there, when you see that, it's like amazing. It's like, well, then after like a week of, after that week that I saw results, then I'm not gonna stop, for sure not, because I want to see more results, because I see it's um, uh, that I can do it. For the first time in my life, I see results, and I learn about the food, and like I say, yeah, you feel good about yourself. It gives you more confidence, because when I was younger and I was like, I didn't have a belly. I mean, like, people will look at everywhere to me if I walk somewhere, if I go somewhere in a room or whatever. And now it's not the same. So I'm thinking, you know, I'm getting older, but it's, I don't think it's that. When you see a nice woman look dressed nice and have no belly, then of course you're gonna look twice. But if the woman has belly, no, I'm not gonna look twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like you're almost saying, like, if you remember what you had in the past, and somebody maybe never achieved that in the past, but like you kind of think, okay, what I could have, you know, this has to be your motivation. And again, this is why you're succeeding. I would say that it's easier for you because you know exactly how it was. So you just have to get back there, and rather than somebody that never got. But like you said, you need to like work with imagery a lot and say, okay, this is what I need to, like, you need to don't to stop until you're there. Like, you cannot stop until you're there, because this is basically what
Yeah, and
what it
doesn't
takes.
have to be like I'm saying for myself, like no belly. I mean, for everybody should be different. It
Mm-hmm.
can be different, but you have to think like, what how do I want to look, and just work to that. But for sure, you're gonna feel a lot better.
That's great. Ivona, thank you so much for your testimonial. This is golden. Like you describe everything like I wish you had. And again, we don't give you a script. We want you to be honest and because this speaks a lot more than taking people pictures and say, okay, this is what you can have. When you have before and after, you never know how much hard of a diet do I have to do that. Like here, this is sustainable.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
You know, and again, like we want to show that these results are possible without you living a normal life, you know, living your work life, your private life. You can, and again, this is why I feel like this has been working so well until now.
But I feel also, I think that the most work you have to do, it's in the beginning, once you start. I saw the first time I did the first exercise, it was hard.
Mm-hmm.
But the second time was easier, and the third time was more easier, and like that. It's like yeah, and you have those days that it's hard, but yeah, when you have to listen to your body as well.
Absolutely, that's the key. Feedbacks are the key, but also like you said, motivation starts very high, then it starts dropping. And this is why in the meantime, we kind of like helping you to build habits. So you cross and like when your motivation is dying, you're going to have built habits and we're going to move you forward. Ivona, thank you so much again for motivating other people as well and to help me understand what helps you. And I wish you to continue amazingly in this program. I'm sure you're gonna do well, and we're waiting
thank you
for that.